Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in the Ragnarok. But before you say anything, this one wasn't by an accident. No, in fact, this one was kind of a challenge. Now you may notice that I am in a division with none other than the Hivehound himself. It's been a while since me and Hive have gotten a chance to div up and do some streaming together, but I'd noticed he was streaming solo. And his stream said he just wanted to have some fun. So I asked him if he would like a partner. And in true Hivehound fashion, he made fun of me. And then he sent me an invite. So we got together and just had a blast. And I will leave a link to that stream down in the description below. So that you guys can see the stream from Hivehound's perspective and all the fun that we actually had in its full glory. Because I promise, it was a fun stream. And one of the themes of the stream was we got to pick ships for each other, including, trying to make each other miserable at times. And in this case, he said, we are going to play nothing but Warhammer-themed ships. So he took out the Ship Smasher, and I took out the Ragnarok. Now, you guys know from a recent video in the Ragnarok that I took this thing out and I just had a blast. This one, gonna be even better, believe it or not. It's one of those things that it just kind of catches you off guard. There is no reason that we should have survived the crap that we survived in this match, but I promise you folks, it's gonna be worth it. Chill out, relax, grab you a snack, it's gonna be a good one. This one's gonna be juicy, it's gonna be a fight all the way through. We're gonna do some stupid things and somehow get away with it. It's gonna be great. So hopefully you guys are ready. Hive and I just had a blast, and you can tell by the excitement in my voice when I'm sitting here trying to commentate it, just how much fun we did actually have. And I wish I had live comms going. I really do. I don't always run live comms because I get a lot of comments from you guys in the comments section saying, I don't like this person or I don't like that person. And honestly, I just don't really care for those kinds of comments. You guys know that I love shouting out other people's channels, trying to help each other out as best we can. We have a great community that we've built up where we can get people to, help another person out, depending on whether it's a new person or a favorite from old times that maybe just, don't get the love they deserve. And when I see comments from people saying, this person's annoying or that person I don't like or whatever, I just don't like that. So that's why I don't always run live comms, but I do like to still showcase games with these people and have a good time so that everybody can enjoy other channels as well, not just mine. It's one thing that I've always done. Now, first of all, we get a good shot here on the Scharnhorst, and we're reloading here. We've already used our reload booster. Not the best shot right off the bat. We missed on the Chappie, and then we completely got 11k off of the Scharnhorst. Chappie's making a break for the island. You can see I am trying to aim the shot. I get the shot off. Front guns maybe don't clear here, I'm not sure, but the rear guns definitely do. And we get to Citadel and leave them alive because that's what we do. But Chappie gets away for the moment. Hive has kind of put himself in a position that he's in danger. We have a Gajimata on my left, which is terrifying. We're going to get the guns around as quickly as we can, but, I mean, at the end of the day, Gajimata, while he is dangerous, I know he's there, and when I know he's there, he's a lot less dangerous. So we take a shot at the Miyoko instead, and unfortunately get 2 overpins. But we've got the secondaries firing at the Gajimata. We've got our guns reloading again. Rear guns are getting involved. I'm expecting torpedoes here, but fortunately for me, I think he actually launches the torpedoes at the other teammates because he's about to get himself into trouble. I mean, he's got no hit points left. He beaches broadside on in front of us at 4.5 kilometers, and even me, I struggle to miss at those kind of ranges. But he goes down to our Baltimore, and we're expecting torpedoes, which is why you see me getting as narrow as possible towards his location. Last thing I want to do is eat a torpedo from a guy who beached in front of me. It's one of those times where he launched torpedoes, right? But in this case, he actually did not launch torpedoes at us. Surprised me as much as anybody. But unfortunately, Hive did go down early in this one. But that just added to the fact that he got to sit there and watch the ridiculousness that is about to ensue. And I do mean that in every way possible. This match was ridiculous. So we've got Chappie here. Chappie's thinking about going back behind the island. We're trying to reach out and touch him. He's begging for it. He's slow. He's not going super fast. We get the front guns out at him. They look pretty solid. They're tracking for midship, and we get overpins. Big surprise. An angled heavy cruiser, you know, just begging for it, 11.5 kilometers, and of course we overpin him. Because, of course we do. But, Short Horse is about to pop out the other side. Chappie is kind of getting a little cheeky here. You can see I'm trying to measure up the Chappie. He's actually the bigger threat to me. Short Horse isn't really a threat to me at the range that he's at. He doesn't overmatch. He doesn't hit that hard, even if I do go broadside. I'm not particularly worried about a Short Horse at 11 kilometers or 12 kilometers or whatever he's at. However, a Chappie with its DPM hiding behind an island can actually be a problem. Short Horse starts bow into us, and you can see I am still waiting for this Chappie. I'm like, he's going to come around the corner broadside, and I'm going to be able to reach out and touch him, because he's not going to go from reverse to forward that quickly. Now, you can see I am going to go forward here, I think, or at least reverse and try to get to the guns involved. But as soon as I get ready to shoot the Short Horse, Chappie makes himself available, and, you know, you can only make so many mistakes. When you're playing with RNG, eventually RNG catches up to you. That's the second Citadel we managed to get on him. And unfortunately, we weren't able to get the rear guns involved on the Scharnhorst just yet. However, we do have a battleship directly in front of us. I believe it's a Bismarck, and he also has a cruiser escort. So we've done a pretty good job at this point of making sure that we're not putting ourselves in a position to get absolutely torn apart. And even though this Scharnhorst is here, he hasn't been able to really do any damage to us. So we take a shot here as he's kind of angled away slightly, and those look solid, and we get a decent result. Not the greatest, get 2 overpins, 1 full pin, but not a bad result. At least we hit the shells, which is half the fight. Now, obviously, Bismarck is rushing us, and this cruiser and I are going to get into a duel of the ages here for positioning. We're both jockeying for position. He's jockeying to get those torpedoes off, and unfortunately he backs into me, and we kind of get hooked together. The physics in this game can be a little odd sometimes. Now I want to give him the opportunity to get away because he's already been shot once by the Bismarck. He's lucky he didn't get depth struck, but I know what he's doing. He's trying to get the other torpedoes off the other side. But unfortunately, the way he ends up doing this, he ends up putting himself in a position where he is going to be in trouble. Now, we get a shot on the Scharnhorst again. This time, we get the full broadside out. We get a worse result than the last time. And Bismarck ended up not taking a torpedo. Or maybe he took 1 torpedo, I'm not sure. But our cruiser is starting to try to get behind me as he's trying to drop torpedoes. You know those things have like the worst torp angles on the planet, those Japanese heavy cruisers. But he runs straight into me. He does get 1 set away. He's got 1 more set, I believe, that he's going to be able to hit. Now, this first set, he's going to hit the Bismarck with at least 1, and that causes the Bismarck to use his damage con. That's going to be a flood, right? And I am not trying to screw this guy over. You can see I'm still in full reverse trying to get off of him, but I'm just dragging him with me, which is making him, like, probably lose his freaking mind. He's probably really upset with me. But again, it's not my fault. This is him putting himself in this position, and we just kind of stuck with him. Literally, we can't get off of him. I'm trying. I'm reversing away. I'm trying to give him a chance. He reverses and is able to get off of me, and then he's able to get out of the way. And then as the Bismarck is thinking about pushing, then he's going to be able to get 1 more set of torpedoes out and hit the Bismarck with a permaflood, I believe. Now, obviously, at this point, we're taking the brunt of the fire from the Bismarck, which isn't that big a deal. Everybody knows. And Bismarck comes around the corner. Of course, he does eat another torpedo, which is probably causing a permaflood, and he's dead anyway, because the fires, the floods, he's not long for this world. But we're up to 61,000 damage. It was a bit of an unfortunate situation, but Suja manages to... That was a light cruiser, actually. But it's got a heavy cruiser hull, so there's that. But the Suja manages to survive that. Baltimore is showing himself in a position where we could potentially hit him, which is what you love to see. Anytime you overmatch a Baltimore and you see him coming straight at you, you gotta salivate a little bit. You're like, okay, oh, you want to bow tank me, huh? If there's ever a way to guarantee a Citadel on a Baltimore, it's almost certainly through the bow. Like, if you go bow into something that overmatches you in a Balti, you're going to get punched, and you're going to get punched hard. However, he goes broadside to us. He doesn't realize that we're aiming at him, probably. He's getting ready to pop into that gap. We've got all guns to bear. We're ready for the moment that he gets spotted, and as soon as he pops around the corner, we're going to know it. There, we're radared, and there he's spotted. He turns away from it, or no, he turns towards us, and he's now angled in a Baltimore, and that's almost a guaranteed Citadel as well. Angling that thing or going through the bow against something that has the ability to overmatch is just generally death. Especially at these kinds of ranges. But we have a Jean Bart on the left. We also have a North Carolina over there. We have a cruiser who is rushing us, which is definitely not what we want to see. And it's a Balti. Watch the damage that this man does to us. He just slapped the sh out of us. He just straight up walked around the corner and Will Smith us right in front of everybody. Alright? This man just slapped the sh out of us. I censored myself for you guys. But, yeah. So, needless to say, he also showcases that going bow into me at this range is not a good idea. Again, the Citadel right through the bow, as we explained. But that didn't stop him from punching us in the mouth pretty darn hard. Alright, he did definitely get a good slap right in there, right off the bat. Caught me a little off guard. Not gonna lie, wasn't ready for him. But, again, Balti, as good as it is, if you do overmatch it, it really isn't that big of a threat. It'll hurt you, but you usually remove it pretty quick at these kind of ranges. But we see the Jean Bart, he's behind the island, can't really do anything there. Scharnhorst is actually setting us on fire, which is really freaking annoying, not gonna lie. But Jean Bart's coming around the corner of the island, we're able to lob that. Our cruiser once again has found a way to once again link up with us. We get a full 3 penetrations and 1 overpen and leave the Jean Bart on just enough to get away, because of course we did. And then, like a doofus, I go ahead and use a freaking damage con to put out the fire, anticipating that we're going to be able to get rid of this Scharnhorst really quickly without getting set on fire again. He does shoot at the Suja, so that saves us a little bit of potential. We do overmatch the Scharnhorst as well, so we're going to aim high up in the bow, and of course we managed to only get 1 penetration. All the other shells go wherever they had to avoid doing any damage, which is real unfortunate because now his secondaries have set another fire. It's just one of those things that just drives you bonkers. Should have killed him, but didn't, and that causes a perma fire. Now, we've got our last heal going right now, and there's the torpedoes, and I'm not gonna lie, I was actually terrified at this point. I'm like, he's gonna kill me. This freaking Scharnhorst is actually gonna kill me, but fortunately, those were the torpedoes off of the other side of his ship, which meant he was at a range at which they ran out rather than hitting me. I know! Caught me off guard too. I'm like, oh my god, I just survived. Oh no, he got more torps and he was at 4.8 kilometers. I know I'm taking a torp here and it's probably gonna go to flood, but it doesn't cause a flood. My RNG at the end of this match with the flood, like, oh my god, we just took a ship-launched torpedo and didn't get flooded. Considering I get flooded by every torpedo ever, like, that was very unexpected and very welcome. Now, we're at 111,000 damage. We got 4 kills already. We've done our job. Hivehound at this point is losing his mind. He can't believe how lucky I am because of all the crap that has just happened. But at the same time, he's absolutely loving this. And we're going to push out. We know the North Carolina's over here on our left. He gets spotted behind the island. We're going to go ahead and take the lead shot here. Should have held the rear guns. Should have just fired the fronts. But we fired all of them. We lost the rear guns into the island. Front guns make the island, and we actually Citadel them and get our Confederate on a blind fire. Again, I know, all the skill in the world to let auto-aim find the ship for you, right? But, in these situations, sometimes auto-aim is kind of nice. When you can't see the ship, you gotta rely on auto-aim to try to help it. Now, here we can see the ship, so we adjust our aim accordingly, and look at this freaking salvo, man. Look at that. That's about as good accuracy as you're going to get out of this thing. At these kind of ranges, and we get a solid hit, and there's our high caliber to go with it, and we're up to 131,000 damage. And you can see, we're basically stopped, we're broadside on. If this North Carolina sees us, which he's not going to because of the island, our pagoda is actually behind the island, so he can't see us. But he comes out, he's full broadside basically to us, and so we take that shot, and this looks juicy. Look at that horizontal dispersion. You love to see it. And boom! Down he goes, giving us the quacking and finishing the game with a ridiculous finish. You love to see it. Against all odds, my little Ragnarok shows up and absolutely dominates. 150,000 damage, 5 kills, Kraken, Confederate, Dreadnought, high caliber, top of the leaderboard, 2666. base XP. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.